Hello, and welcome to the Marco Island Historical Museum. I am Rebecca Mazeroski, Museum Manager. Today, we are going to talk about the artwork of Rob Storter from our new exhibit, Never No More, Storter's Southwest Florida. Rob's family was one of the first pioneer families in the area. Rob himself was born in a hurricane in 1894 in what is now Everglades City. He was primarily known as a fisherman and a guide, but his artwork provided a thoughtful and unique perspective on a Florida that no longer exists. Now I'm going to introduce Emily Garcia, our museum assistant, and she's going to talk about her favorite piece in the exhibit.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. Let's go ahead and take a deep dive into one of my favorite pieces from Rob Storter's Never No More exhibit. We going swimming, we going home. Now, immediately upon looking at this piece, I'm impressed by the green and jewel tone color palette. You can see the setting of the Everglades immediately. You've got tall green grasses, still blue water, and an indigo alligator smack dab in the middle. Beside the alligator, you've got two black figures making a linear line across the piece. This is Rob Storter and his brother Claude. Now, an alligator in the middle of something would normally be very foreign to us, but in Rob Storter's piece and in his memories, the alligator is right at home in the Everglades. It's Rob and his brother who are running across the story, who are the alien elements of the piece. Now, this is a perfect example of the meaning of the Never No More exhibit. It takes Rob Storter's memories in his life, which was at the twilight of the pioneer era and right into the boom of Collier County city living. This represents a way of life that is never no more, something that people in Naples would have lived and never will again. Fortunately, a story like this, the stories that are on a display in the exhibits in the museum, are perfectly captured in Rob's own words in a book written by his granddaughter, Betty Savage Briggs, in Crackers in the Glade, which I'll read a short excerpt from, talking about this piece in Rob's own words. We swam in the river almost every day. It is a wonder we didn't get gator caught. My brother and I were swimming one day when I was about 14. My brother Claude and I had just unloaded a skifffold of buttonwood and decided to go swimming. There had been a big gator in the river, and several people had shot at him and thought they had killed him because he sank. I said to Claude that I was afraid of this big old gator, but he said someone had killed it. I said I didn't know that for sure. We went in and were almost out in the middle of the river, swimming. Claude thought he would have a little fun and fool me. He started swimming fast and yelled, "There comes that gator!" I noticed he was laughing and didn't seem very excited about it. He said he was just fooling me. I told him he ought not to fool me that way. But I looked, and there he was, really coming fast. I yelled, "There he sure is!" And it was a race to the riverbank. When I crawled out of the bank, the gator was almost close enough to grab me. I ran to the house and grabbed a shotgun and a handful of shells, but they were fine shot. I shot the gator and put both his eyes, and he swam away. The next day, someone found him sleeping on a mudflat and killed him. He was 13 feet and 5 inches long, the biggest one I had ever seen in my whole life. He was the kind that would catch you. You can see snippets of stories like this on display at the Marco Island Historical Museum and Rob Storter's Never No More exhibit on display until December 5th, 2020. Thank you so much for joining me today.